This award is one of CII's highest honors. It recognizes an individual who's contributed significantly to the advancement of CII's mission and success as an organization. Personally, it's a big honor for me because I was a graduate student of Richard Tucker, and I know how much he meant to CII and really to this industry. For this year, CII proudly presents the Richard L. Tucker Award to Bill Beck for his 28 years of service to the Institute. And before he comes up here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Bill and his service. I'll try to embarrass him. So Bill recently retired from Worley-Parsons, where he was the Vice President and Director of Quality Management. He worked for them and also the various legacy companies under Parsons and Worley-Parsons for more than 3 decades. He was responsible for procurement management. He had been the Director of Safety, Project Management, Business Development, Materials Management Services. I'm not sure how they're getting along without him, but he did a lot. Bill last managed the global quality management group there, which included corporate audit, supplier quality services, and construction quality. He was also responsible for all kinds of project improvement, all the company's certifications, and lastly, the quality services group, which provided a range of services for their clients. Since 1989, Bill's been a really active participant in CII. His participation included service on 7 research teams, including international standards, the lessons learned team, work breakdown structure team, and the CII quality management team, which was probably his favorite, just because there were a lot of challenges and that really demonstrated a lot of leadership that Bill gave to CII and to the research effort. He's been a CII implementation champion, a member of our executive committee, best practices guide author, so if you've ever used IR 166-1, 2, or 3, and I think maybe now 4, he was a primary author of a lot of the best practices guides and work. He was a founder of the quality management community practice, and he was also on several other COPs as well. He was the co-chair of the implementation strategy committee, and he was a 13-year board member for Worley-Parsons. In 2011, he was recognized as the Outstanding Implementer. In 2009, he received CII's Distinguished Service Award. If we awarded medals like the military, they wouldn't all fit on his jacket. He was the moderator of a lot of performance improvement workshops, and in particular, there were 2 workshops that I had the pleasure of being with Bill in Brazil with our partner down there, Center of Excellence. And it wasn't really tough duty because we were in this conference room that was 360 degrees windows overlooking Copacabana Beach. And I'm not really entirely sure that there was a lot of learning going on there, but he was doing his best, and he was even trying to speak some Portuguese. And then we ended up having lunch on a restaurant overlooking Botafogo Beach, and I'm thinking, is this really a business trip or whatever? So I think Bill knows how to travel well and volunteer well as really anybody. And he's also famous for being in some videos for the implementation committee on troubled projects. We were going to show them, but anyway. He won't be winning an Academy Award anytime soon, but he will be winning the Richard Dale Tucker Service Award. I would also say that he was a real role model for a lot of people inside of CII, and me in particular in benchmarking. He was a real champion for benchmarking inside of Worley-Parsons, and I learned a lot from Bill. So personally, I'm really pleased that you're winning this award. Some things people might not know about Bill: he didn't start in engineering. He worked his way into this, but he has a music background. He's a composer, a very accomplished pianist, and he's also an accomplished sailor. And so we have these great discussions because I like to fly, and I think anything to deal with vehicles in the wind sounds great. So, but his personal commitment to CII's mission, coupled with his involvement in committees, research teams, all his work at Worley-Parsons, he's really a deserving member, deserving awardee of the Richard L. Tucker Service Award. So, Bill, if you could, come on up.
Stephen promised he wasn't embarrass me, but we had to tell the story about real. Well, first I want to thank my friends at Worley Parsons, Jonathan Rennie and the group for nominating me. It's been a year and a half since I retired, and it was a very big surprise to get nominated, and certainly CII and Executive Committee for putting me in this role. I have a lot of fond memories, 28 years with CII. I enjoyed all the research teams we were involved with. Some were a little bit more challenging than the others. Certainly the Board of Advisors. I'd say one aspect of CII that I enjoyed and I miss after being retired for 18 months is to work with people like you. And the networking and the friendships that developed over the 28 years within CII, I got to re-meet a lot of people since I came here to talk about old times and some of the fun and some of the work that we had done. So the networking and the personal contacts within CII are going to stay with me as long as I'm walking in this earth. But as far as what I enjoyed most about, one of the most things I enjoyed about CII, I'm reminded of what Greg Sizemore said this morning, and Kenda talked about implementation, and you get out of CII what you really put into it. And the Implementation Strategy Committee, for me, was probably the most rewarding because we got a chance to talk to members, new members, potential new members about implementing CII practices. And for me, that was the most rewarding because you brought people into in this organization that really was kind of wandering around trying to figure out what do I do first and why did I join. And the key for me was to take these great practices and the great research and implement them. So going on what John O'Leary said this morning about what do I do next, this is more for the new members and potential new members. Implement CII. Pick one research, one best practice, and implement in your organization. And you get the satisfaction I've had with working with CII for 28 years. So thank you.